Hey guys, in this video we're going to continue looking at the word her, but specifically with the verbs to meet, to know, and to find. Okay? 3 verbs. To meet, to know, to find. Alright? So let's look here at what happens to the word her when we say it quickly. So it's very similar. I am going to meet her. I'm going to meet her. Meet her. I don't know her. I don't know her. Know her. Okay? So know her. The pronunciation is one word. Know her. I need to find her. I need to find her. I need to find her. Okay? So let's be clear about the differences between the 3 verbs. I want to explain the difference between to know her and to meet her, because they are very different and they are not the same in other languages. To know her is a female person familiar to you. I know her very well. For example, your sister or your mother or your cousin. To meet her is the idea to meet a woman for the first time. I don't know my girlfriend's mother. I am going to meet her for the first time tomorrow. To meet also has the idea of to come together at a specific place and a specific time. Amy is my really good friend. I meet her once or twice a week for coffee. Now, in the past, meet is met and know is knew. That's the past tense of the 2 verbs. In the past, they have different meanings, okay? Now, I met her is the idea of the first time, like 17th of March 2010. I met my friend Amy, first time ever. I met her on Wednesday for coffee. Now, this is just a specific time and place that we organize to meet. Now, for another idea is I know a girl from university. She's actually an actress now making movies. So I was in university 9 years ago. I have 0 contact with her. So I knew her in university, but I haven't seen her in years. So I met her for the first time in university. I knew her. I had contact with her for a period. That contact ended and now it's not the same. This is the mistake because a lot of students confuse this. When you say I met her, it's like for the first time. If you say I knew her, it's like you knew her in a past time and you don't have contact with her now. A lot of students, they make the mistake. They say I knew her last night. When really what you mean is I met her last night for the first time. So I knew her last night. No, it's I met her last night. So the idea like my grandmother died before I was born. I never knew her. I never met her, right? To find her is when you don't know where a woman or a girl is. If you can imagine a situation where you are lost in a city center or you are separated in a big crowd and you need to find this woman, all right? It's not the same as to meet, because I know the verb to find and to meet in some languages is exactly the same, but it's important to know the difference in English. So let's practice some simple examples using the pronunciation of the word her to with the verbs to find, to know, and to meet. Ready? I would really like to meet her. I'd 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 really like to meet her. I do not know her at all. I do not know her at all. I don't know her at all. I don't know her at all. I don't know her. I don't know her at all. We had to find her in the busy crowd. We had to find her in the busy crowd. We had to find her in the busy crowd. We had to find her in the busy crowd. What time are we going to meet her? What time are we going to meet her? What time are we? What time are we going to meet her? What time are we going to meet her? How well do you know 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 her? How are you going to be able to find her with so many people there? How are you gonna be able to find her with so many people there? How are you gonna be able to find her there? How are you gonna be able to find her with so many people there? How are you gonna be able to find her with so many people there? Alright my friends, that ends this video. I'll see you in the next video when I want to explain the word her with the verbs to see, to hear, and to help. See you there my friends. Hey guys, in this video of Module 6, I'm going to explain how we use the word her with the verbs to see, to hear, and to help. Alright, so we have the verbs to see, to hear, and to help. The first thing I want to explain about verbs like to see, or to know, or to hear are the idea they're non-action verbs. Very simply, this means that ing, I am seeing, I am knowing, I'm hearing, are impossible. We don't express these verbs with ing. It's incorrect. When we have here to see and to know and to hear with the word her, I see her, I know her, I hear her. Now, let's be clear about the difference between to listen and to hear. My students have a lot of confusion with this all the time, and I want to be clear. To listen is the idea of attention, as in to give or pay attention to, right? If you are watching this video, you are listening to me, right? But the verb to hear is a little different. It's two ideas. One is the idea of volume, and one is the idea of like an accident, okay? Another idea is just by accident, that in the atmosphere. For example, if you are on a Skype call or a phone call and you have a problem with the volume. For example, when I open a Skype call with a student, the first question I ask is, can you hear me? The volume, is it okay? Is it enough? Can you hear me? I get there. But for example, in a noisy bar or nightclub, when it's difficult, you say, I can't hear you because of the volume, right? Now, to hear someone is also like the idea of an accident. Not like an accident, like a problem, but the idea that I can hear things in my area or my atmosphere accidentally. For example, I am in this room in my house now. I am recording with the camera, but I can hear cars in the street. Now, I don't care about the cars. I am listening and paying attention to my computer and to my camera, but I can hear the cars. Now, let's look here. I can see her will become I can see her. I want to help her will become I want to help her. I can't hear her, I can't hear her. See her, help her, hear her. Got it? Now, the very important thing here is that with the verbs to see, to help, and to hear, we will never ever use the word to, okay? I can see her, I want to help her, I can hear her. A lot of other languages, you need a preposition with these verbs, okay? You don't in English. So let's see some simple examples with see, hear, and help. Training and practicing your pronunciation to get that right, that nice seer, helper, hearer. Got it? Let's go. Did you see her yesterday? 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 The connection is terrible. I just cannot hear her. The connection's terrible. I just can't hear her. The connection's terrible. I just can't hear her. I just can't hear her. I do not know why, but they are not going to help her. I don't know why, but they're not going to help her. I don't know why, but they're not gonna help her. You are going to have to tell her I cannot come. You're gonna have to tell her I can't come. You're gonna have to tell her I can't come. You're gonna have to tell her I can't come. The music was so loud I could not hear her properly. The music was so loud I couldn't hear her properly. The music was so loud I couldn't hear her properly. I couldn't hear her properly. We are not going to have time to help her. We are not gonna have time to help her. We're not gonna have time to help her. We're not gonna have time to help her. Okay guys, that ends this video. I'll see you in the next video when I want to talk about using to listen to talk to speak to, and to explain to. Some really essential verbs, and I'll see you there, my friends.